Emmanuel, God is with us. My name is Angela, reporting for Emmanuel TV. Prophet T.B. Joshua delivered a prophetic message concerning the nation of Pakistan. Let's listen to what he said.
Stretch your hand and pray for the nation Pakistan. At this moment, pray for them, for the peace and unity. A nation Pakistan, because I'm seeing a bomb erupted fast for the nation. Whatever will affect the nation, we are all human beings. Your prayer is for peace and for God to intervene in the affair. I'm seeing bomb erupted, and the soul. Stretch your hand, stretch your hand. We want to pray for the nation Pakistan, for the peace and unity among the people. The love of God, Father, let it reign among them. Let them love you more than anything else. In Jesus Christ's name. In Jesus Christ's name.
On Saturday, the 20th of September, 2008, at approximately 7:30 p.m., a car bomb detonated outside the Marriott Hotel in Islamabad, Pakistan, killing dozens of people. Let us watch the report.
Yes, about half the hotel is still burning. The firemen have put out the fire on the other half. But the flames are leaping out of the windows of the top floor and the second floor, and I can see a glow of fire on the first floor. So it looks pretty substantial from the front of the building anyway. I don't know if there's some space at the back of the hotel where, if there is anybody in the building, they might be taking refuge from the flames. But certainly from what I can see at the front, it looks like I can't quite see how anybody at the front would be able to survive what's happening at the moment.
Indeed, and of course, when you have a situation like this, it's not just the fire that kills people, it's the smoke. Barbara, let's just go back to what actually happened for people that are just joining us here on BBC World News right now. What do we know what happened? You were talking about this huge crater, but it seems to be a suicide attack.
Well, it was certainly a huge explosion, and there's an enormous crater about 20 feet deep and perhaps 40 or 50 feet across, which suggests a vehicle of some kind, probably driven perhaps by a suicide bomber. I don't know that. I haven't been hearing a lot of the official information, but when there is a crater, that usually means that there was a vehicle. It is very much at the front of the hotel, sort of just to the left of the building. And it completely destroyed the facade, the reception area, the area where security clearance was taken, where bags were checked, where the security men were standing. All of that is a complete rubble. The actual shell of the building is standing, but you can see straight into the building, and it's all debris, broken glass. Up until recently, I haven't been back close for a few minutes now, but up until recently, also bodies, especially right at the front of the building. The rest of the hotel, all of the windows have been blown out. Half of it is blackened with smoke, where the firemen have put out the fire, and the other half is still in flames.
President George W. Bush says the United States stands with Pakistan against violent extremism in the wake of a devastating attack in the heart of Islamabad. Pakistani police say at least 40 people were killed, nearly 200 wounded, when a suicide truck bomb exploded outside the Marriott Hotel. It happened Saturday evening as the hotel, which is popular with tourists and local politicians, was crowded with guests. The blast apparently triggered a natural gas leak that quickly engulfed the building in flames. Injured victims were pulled out of the building and were rushed to the hospital. There has been no claim of responsibility for the bombing, but it follows a wave of militant attacks around the country. In a nationally televised address, newly elected President Asif Ali Zardari said terrorism is, quote, a cancer, and he promised to eliminate it. CNN's Reza Sayez in Islamabad and has more on the deadly attack.
Bloodshed and bedlam in Islamabad. A massive truck bomb blows up right in front of one of the most popular destinations for foreigners and Westerners in the heart of the federal capital, the Marriott Islamabad. The explosion leaving dozens dead and at least 175 injured. The explosion so big, so many victims that the army was called in for the rescue. The Inspector General of the Islamabad Police tells CNN that this was a truck bomb that tried to enter the Marriott Islamabad and get through the steel gates. When the guards said no, that's when the explosion happened. Just to give you an idea how powerful this explosion was, we were in a building about 3 miles away, and the building roared and rumbled. So much so that we thought the explosion was right next door. When we found out it was at the Marriott 3 miles away, we drove there and just saw a horrible scene, cars mangled, half of the hotel in an inferno, and bloodied victims being dragged away from the carnage. The attack coming just hours after newly elected President Asif Ali Zardari addressed the parliament for the first time. In his address, Zardari said he dreams of a Pakistan free of terror. On Saturday night, Pakistan's militants gave this country and its president a new nightmare to deal with.
Prophet TB Joshua does not always mention the specific name or place during a prophetic message. But here, he has specifically mentioned the name of Pakistan due to the seriousness of the message, so that we can be warned concerning the coming events.
Stretch your hand and pray for the nation Pakistan.
He has specifically mentioned the name of Pakistan due to the seriousness of the message, so that we can be warned concerning the coming events.
Pray for them, for the peace and unity. A nation Pakistan, because I'm seeing a bomb erupted.
For the second time, the prophet mentions the nation Pakistan to emphasize the seriousness of the message. Imagine, viewers, something erupting. It's a serious thing. It's not all bombs that erupt. Some kill only 1 or 2 people, but this one is an eruption. Due to the severity, this eruption is being called Pakistan's 9/11.
Fast for the nation. Whatever will affect the nation, we are all human beings.
The prophet is telling us here that we are all human beings, created by God, irrespective of religion. He therefore urged all to fast and pray for the nation Pakistan.
Your prayer is for peace and for God to intervene in the affair.
Viewers, did you say your prayer? Did you, at your own time, fast for the nation to avoid some, if not all? Because 2 believers are better than 1. The man of God could also have mentioned the specific hotel, but we know that Jesus talks in parables. For the man of God to specifically mention the hotel, it would affect the hotel. Customers would stop coming. The prophet only said that we should fast and pray.
I'm seeing bomb erupted, and the soul.
Note again the use of the word erupted, thereby likening the incident to a volcanic eruption. The prophet repeated the word soul 3 times, stressing the seriousness of the matter. In the Bible, God often emphasizes words and instructions to warn us of the seriousness of certain situations and events. In the same manner, Prophet TB Joshua emphasized the word soul 3 times.
I'm seeing bomb erupted, and the soul.
It is just like when you give a warning, such as be careful, be careful, be careful. One be careful would be enough, but stating this 3 times signals the seriousness of the warning. Note also the compassion in his voice, referring to the lives that would be lost in this incident. Reports state that this may be the biggest terrorist attack eruption in Pakistan's history. We at Emmanuel TV and the Synagogue Church of All Nations thank God for revealing this prophetic message to his people. We pray for the loved ones and colleagues of those who lost their lives in this devastating incident. We pray for all those who were injured, for the government of Pakistan, and for the nation at large, that the peace of God, the peace that enriches our souls for eternity, would reign among them, guide them, and console them in these troubled times. To witness the power of prophecy firsthand, on a personal, local, and international level, join us every Sunday for our live service on Emmanuel TV at 9 a.m. West Africa time, 10 a.m. Central Africa time, 3 p.m. Indochina time, 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 12 a.m. Pacific Time, and 3 a.m. USA Eastern Standard Time. Keep watching Emmanuel TV, and remember always, the best is yet to come.